paid students across the online and offline channels. So joining me now to talk about the partnership is Prateek Maheshwari, the co-founder of Physics Wallah, and Dr. Ananthu S., the founder and CEO at Xylem Learning. Prateek and Ananthu, thank you very much for your time here. And Prateek, I'll start with you. Tell us about this partnership briefly. Why Xylem, and what is the deal size? Is it limited to the 500 crores, and how is it structured?
Thank you for allowing on the show. So, the brief details about this deal is we wanted a strategic partner to expand in southern market of country, and Xylem had build the right kind of distribution in Kerala and expanding to Tamil Nadu. The deal structure is it's a equity partnership, and 50% equity partnership we are having with Xylem. Moving forward, in the upcoming 3 years, 500 CRs we will be investing in this entire deal to expand in the southern part of the country.
All right, so we'll get to those details in just a bit, Prateek. But Ananthu, tell us briefly about Xylem. You're looking to double your revenues this year. Where are the profits at? And why did this partnership make sense for you?
Before the Corona period, we started the same like PW. How PW come into the picture? Same like we have started, but we are a little bit late. So we have started first our YouTube channel. So only single YouTube channel initially. So after that, right, so when the Corona came, so everybody is come to online. So the channel grow, it's like 10x, 20x, it's grown. So it's come to almost 3 million users right now, over 30 YouTube channels. We are giving free classes. And also we launched our app 2 years back. So it's growing like anything in Kerala. We are strategically partnering together. The reason behind that, our ideology is same, like either education is free or at most affordable cost. So that is the same thing that we both are doing. We think that we can do it together. Here, this association, we are trying to build a pan-Indian brand where two brands will be stronger, one that much stronger in North India, and Xylem will be strong in South India.
Prateek, but tell us about your ambitions in the southern region. So this 500 crore investment that you're making in Xylem is also going to be used to look at further opportunities in the region. What would those be, and what is the size of the opportunity in terms of your earnings increase, the number of students you'll be able to add?
So, it's a very, very proud moment for us to do a partnership with the Xylem. Currently, Xylem is at a revenue of 150 CR, and this year we will be doubling it down. And next in the 3-year roadmaps, we are aiming to reach 1,000 CR revenue mark. We will expand the offerings of Xylem. Currently, they are a prominent player in NEET and JEE, and we are adding commerce, CA, CS, state PCS examinations to Xylem categories, and as well as we will be expanding into Tamil Nadu and Karnataka region with the help of the current Xylem team. PW will continue to support in terms of technology, in terms of content, and it will be lots of knowledge sharing, as well as we will take Xylem's strength to Middle East market as well. Lot of Middle East students are studying from the Xylem courses, so we will take them to the Middle East market also.
All right, but Ananthu, since you're going to be the torch bearer of sorts for Physics Wallah's southern expansion that Prateek was just telling us about, tell us, geographically, of course, he told us, but product-wise as well, what are the expansion plans?
We have a different hybrid model. For example, if you tell the structure of hybrid, in a week, there is alternate day offline class we are giving. So we will give the timetable for the students. We have a hostel system. So our almost we have 15,000 students residing in our hostel, 15,000. So we have almost close to 150 plus hostels out there in Kerala. So in that hostel, students will study 1 day completely. We will give a pre-test before the offline class. So students will study, they will attend one examination, then they are getting into the offline class. We will provide a lot of content. So I will show you some colored, it's a single chapter colored material. Likewise, we are providing material for each chapter. So each chapter, the content, the revision, everything is completely structured so that students can easily study. This model helps us to scale it to 30,000 students last year.
Prateek, what kind of offline presence are you going to be eyeing? I mean, hybrid is the word that I'm hearing from both of you repeatedly, and that's the word that seems to be the buzzword with edtechs these days. What is the ideal mix between Vidyapeeth and your online classes and your M&A that you're doing? Where do you see this evolving?
So, so hybrid is the new normal in edtech. So fundamentally, offline and online demarcation is with the business model, but students are truly hybrid nowadays. Vidyapeeth is also hybrid in nature. We do also have a lot of online touch points in our Vidyapeeths. But so Anantu is running a very, very different residential model out there. And we will try to replicate the same model with the Vidyapool, with the Vidyapeeth Gurukulam brand name in North India. And this will help us in strengthening the residential campuses in North India as well.
Prateek and Dr. Anantu, both of you, thank you for your time here on Startup Street, and we wish you all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that's all about Physics Wallah's latest partnership and their inorganic growth plans. Now let's put the spotlight on games 24/7. The gaming startup started their journey in 2016. Since then, it has grown to become a leader in skill games, fantasy, sports and casual games. Now the co-founder of the company spoke to Shireen Bhan in New York. They are seeing 100% annual growth in new users, and they also spoke about the regulatory environment. Take a look.
10 years on, even after all of these various court battles, many which have gone in your favor, you're still having to explain game of skill versus game of chance, right?
That's true. But to lesser people. Yes, to lesser people. I mean, far more many investors, people in the media like yourselves, people in the government, like many, many, many more people, understand now that difference than they did back in 2010, 2011. By the way, another major high point is our funding round last year, where we raised 75 million at, 2.5 billion valuation and became a unicorn. Major high point for us, especially in a market that was very, very tough. I mean, end of 2021, the market's really starting to go down, and we closed that deal in March of 2022. So very proud of that.
Yeah, and you timed it right as well. But you talked about that $75 million and the unicorn status that you've acquired on account of it. So what's the next big milestone that you're hoping to achieve? I mean, are you looking at raising more funds? Are you looking at an IPO a couple of years down the line? And more importantly, profitability, because for a large part of your existence, you have been profitable, or for most part of your existence, you've been profitable, except for FY22, where you did make losses on account of significant spends on advertising and marketing. So is that likely to continue to happen? What's the story on that front?
No, I mean, I think we're going to start seeing dividends now from all the investments that we have made in the last 2 years. I think we're well on our way to profitability. That's what I would say. And also, even from the point of view of those 2 years, right, we look at profitability and growth very differently. For us, it's a question of whether, when we are going out and acquiring customers, are those customers going to be profitable for us? Because all our customers, whether it be in fantasy sports or on our rummy business, what we are always looking at is what is called the unit economics of the business. What is my cost of acquiring a customer? What is the lifetime value I'm creating from a customer? And as long as the lifetime value of a customer is greater than the cost I'm spending to acquire a customer, it is actually a profitable customer. Might mean that in the short run, you're investing in the business to acquire a lot of customers and driving growth, but the business has extremely good long-term profitability.
In terms of customer acquisition, what is the current sort of milestone that you've hit? What do you believe that you're likely to be able to do over the next few years, given the trajectory that you've been on?
When you say milestone, you mean?
How many customers will you have?
Well, I mean, right now we have, 130 million users on our platform overall. So very, very excited and very proud about that. I mean, in terms of user growth, new user growth, we're seeing almost 100% year-on-year growth in terms of our new users right now, both for our rummy and for our fantasy business. So, I mean, last year we saw 100% user growth. So we're new user growth, just in terms of new users we brought onto the platform.
So what could this 130 million look like, in light of the game-changing regulations that have now been put in place? I mean, hazard a guess. play a game.
The sky is the limit.
That won't give you any points.
No, we do see a meaningful uptake. It's going to really bring a lot of clarity to consumers as well, to players as well. Right? Can I do this? Can I not do this? Now it'll have a government mark. You'll be able to definitely do this, right? So our view is that that this definitely increases both user engagement and the users who are sort of right now sitting on the fence to say, can I try this or not? A lot more of those users will start trying it, start playing it, start engaging with the products.
So now with the new regulations, like the self-regulatory body is actually going to issue registration marks to each app that we'll carry, which actually gives comfort to the consumer.
Speaking of India, and one of the things that everyone's talking about and the impact that it could have across different sectors is AI. And you spoke about it, Thampi, about how you've been using that as far as the business is concerned. But potentially, what could it mean? In a world of generative AI, production cycles for everything is likely to come down quite significantly. I mean, how are you looking at that? Are you looking at it as an opportunity? Are you working that into the plan at this point in time?
I mean, we've been doing that for the last 10 years. This is all, a lot of it is behind the scenes, a lot of that. I mean, just in terms of, see, we're a very, very scientific business. And to us, the first thing that science means is understand, understand, understand. So we've spent a lot of time trying to understand our users. And that's not just, oh, I had an idea in the bathroom that this is what my user is like. To us, understanding a user means diving deep into data and being super objective about our hypothesis and what we understand about our users. But once you do, what you've really discovered is that, hey, these set of users, they have these preferences, these pain points, these are the things that they enjoy, and these set of users are different. So now how do I, with the same product, deliver very customized, personalized experiences to these different types of users who have very different needs, very different pain points? That's not something easy to do by just human beings writing code. You've got to get machines to be able to do that.
Well, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Startup Street. Many thanks for watching. More news and updates continue on the other side on CNBC TV 18.